Greetings party peeps and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, it is pretty well documented that I was a SEGA Saturn owner back in the day, and while it might have been a non-existent player in the console wars between the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64, there were still Saturn games being trickled out. Now, one of the most anticipated games in 1997, for me at least, was Sonic R. Now, any press that game got, I would be all over it, downloading screenshots, buying the magazines, all that good stuff, and I just couldn't wait to get my hands on the game when it finally came out. But unfortunately for me, could not find it at all when it was released.
We have SEGA Saturn. SEGA Saturn's a little bit hard to find now, but we have the range.
When it's 1998 and you can't find a single SEGA game, even in video games heaven, then you know you're in a bit of froth and bubble. Fast forward a couple of years, SEGA is now a developer. It's 2005 and they've released Sonic R on the Sonic Gems collection. Not on the SEGA Saturn or anything like that, but on the PlayStation. And it was also on the GameCube as well. But here we are in 2022 and I have finally got my hands on Sonic R for the SEGA Saturn. So we're gonna look at a little versus mode gimmick and just see how this version on the SEGA Saturn differs from the PlayStation 2/GameCube edition. So first, let's have a cheeky look at how Traveller's Tales and SEGA intended us to play Sonic R.
So Sonic R was Sonic's first jump into a racing game on a home console. Now, we've had a Sonic handheld racing game before with Sonic Drift on Game Gear, which funnily enough is also on the Sonic Gems collection. But this was not just the first Sonic racing game, but it was the first proper Sonic game exclusive to the Saturn as well. You've got three main game modes: Grand Prix, Time Attack, and Split Screen Versus Mode. Since I'm an only child and owned a Saturn in 1997 in Australia, the last game mode didn't really get much of a run from me. Within Time Attack mode, you have a few more options: Normal Time Attack, which is you versus the clock; Reverse Time Attack, where you do the track backwards; Get 5 Balloons, where you, get 5 balloons, I can't really explain it more than that; and Tag mode, which you have to chase the other characters and tag them. You start the game with 4 characters available: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Old School Amy, but you can also unlock Dr. Robotnik, Metal Sonic, Tails Doll, Metal Knuckles, and Egg Robo, but we'll get to that in a bit. Grand Prix mode is literally running through each one of the 4 tracks that are initially available. Doesn't even bunch them all together. You've got to select the next track once you complete a race. Finish the initial 4 tracks in first place and you unlock the Radiant Emerald track, which is a visually stunning track and sort of the Sonic R answer to Rainbow Road in Mario Kart. I should mention about Sonic R is how great the game looks. To my knowledge, it's the only game on the Saturn that doesn't have pop-up, and as you can see, it's more of an N64 style fade-in with the draw distance, as opposed to things like just popping up and appearing, which was the style at the time. That doesn't apply to Radiant Emerald though, as obviously all the effort is going in to make the level transparent, and pop-ups are rampant. Now seems to be as good of a time to talk about the unlockables in the game. I touched on how you unlock the Radiant Emerald track, but if you finish on first in this track, you unlock Dr. Robotnik as a playable racer. To get the Badnik counterparts of the rest of the races, you have to explore the tracks looking for 5 golden coins. Get all 5 coins, rack up a podium finish, and you get challenged by Metal Sonic in Resort Island, Tails Doll in Radical City, Egg Robo in Regal Ruins, and Metal Knuckles in Reactive Factory. Last but not least, it wouldn't be Sonic game without Chaos Emeralds, and Sonic R is no exception, with emeralds scattered around each track that require some exploring. You gotta finish first though if you want to keep them. Collect all 7 emeralds and you get to play as Super Sonic, just like in the Mega Drive games.
So that's how Sonic R was presented in its original form. So that transition worked. I'm gonna be so pleased. But anyway, let's have a look at how the Gems collection presented it to us. Now, this obviously is on the PS2 version. It's also a GameCube version available in non-PAL territories, but I'm assuming that it's pretty much looking the same across all bases. So let's have a cheeky squeeze.
Straight off the bat, you can see we have ourselves an update in the graphics department, but at the core, the game is still the same. 3 modes of play with Grand Prix, Time Attack, and Split Screen Versus Mode. 2-player mode gave you the option to have the split screen either the traditional horizontal way or vertical, which I thought was a nice touch. There's also different weather effects as well, and the track conditions also change depending on the weather. And there is Super Sonic as well. As you can see, Radiant Emerald looks a lot different from the Saturn version. Rather than have one solid color on the track and being transparent, it sort of pulsates between all the colors of the emeralds, which I prefer the Saturn version, to be honest.
So there you go, a nice cheeky little comparison between Sonic R on the Gems collection and the original version. Now do yourself a favour, I'll put a link to Sega Lord X, who has done a tremendous little recap gimmick of Sonic R. I'll put the link in his description, but thank you for sticking around, if you have, that is, and watching my YouTube channel, and I'll catch you next time with another, I guess, Viennetta review, trains, or, I don't know, me driving down the freeway. Thanks for watching.